Hey guys, welcome to my guide on everything you need to know about all bases setup. Yeah, and okay, basically, if you're new, you definitely want a 252 base setup, or even through me. And if you have not completed your base, immediately build a 252 setup instead. I'll be going through them why later. And yeah, and I don't recommend to skip this video. Yeah, sorry, but you can skip for 153 and 333 base. Yeah, but if you're on a 243 setup, you still want to take a look on 243 and 252. Yeah, I'll be just going through the layout graph first. Okay, for the LMD, you do not want to pay attention to it except for 153 and 342. Okay, and for 342, it's more for honor farming when you have finished the game. If you have a 252 setup, that's why you want to rotate to it if you have extra LMD and EXP. Even though if you don't have extra EXP, it's fine because you have an extra factory to produce EXP. Yep, okay, basically for a 342 setup, you can get 60k LMD without drones, and with drones you can get up to 70k LMD. And for a 153 setup, you want to take a look at the EXP, 60k, that's pretty much it. Yep, the LMD is only like 25k. You do not really want to use your drones for a 153 setup for your trading post instead on the gold factory instead, because sorry, actually I do not know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but just take a look on the 342 and 153 for the MD. Yep, sorry about it. Okay, and basically you want to look at your trading post MD. I'll just call it take profit MD. As you can see, 252 and 243 is pretty much the same because you only have two factory. The output is the same, and this graph is based on these exact same operators. Yeah, for all your bases, for all your factories and trading posts, so you don't have to worry about any margin of error. Yep. Okay, and basically for the layout, for the net gold bars, basically the negative is that how much gold bars you're missing out. Yep, you're on a loss set. I mean, it's not exactly 41, like example for 342, it's not exactly 41 gold bar that you lose per day. It's just like the percentage wise. It's all percentage wise except for the expected drone LMD. Don't worry about it. This pedal sanity basically like how much sanity you can get worth out of your power plants. Okay, basically this is pretty much the layout. I won't go through too much on the layout. Just pause and see. Okay. For the 153 base, this is one of the worst base. Do not go for it. It's only if you're stuck on a 243 base and then you have zero EXP for some reason. You cannot elite to operators, but you have like 10 million EXP or like 50 million to 100 million LMD. And then you have like 0 XP, then want to rotate to this base only. It's just one of the worst base, especially if you haven't built a base yet. And just pretty much pause and read. I won't be going through too much. Okay, and for a 333 base, this is only for when you're stuck on a 243 base. And you want to run the farm where you have like excess of like maybe like 10 million EXP, sorry, not 10 million, 10 million LMD, and then you have enough EXP, like maybe like 1 to 3,000, sorry, 1k to 3,000 EX, yellow battle records, the EXP, or like maybe like 3,000 to like 5,000 blue battle records. It's and not either, by the way. Sorry, it's and not either. That's pretty much possible, so I won't go through too much. Okay, for the 243 base, do not go for this base, even though it's stable, especially if you're new or like throughout mid of the story, or like you're halfway through the base. Immediately just go for a 252 base. 252 base is the best base. Okay, reason why you do not want to go for a 243 base, because it costs like 500k LMD more, which makes you at a net loss of 100k LMD, where you can elite 2 and a 6-star operator to level 1. Very important. And one main problem about this base is, even though it looks nice, it doesn't look, your resources, your LMD and EXP doesn't look nice. Okay, basically this base is so even that if you somehow spend extra LMD or you spend extra EXP, you basically need to just keep using your sanity. You need to use your sanity more often to farm like CE5, CE6, LS5, LS6, etc. And if you're wondering if you should rotate to a 252 base, you should only rotate if you don't have the right side max out. If you have the right side max out, then it's not worth to rotate actually, unless you find that you can get a free Elite 2 operator at level 50, a 6 star operator in like 2 to 3 in 2 months plus 3 months or 4 months, yep, depending on your productivity. Yep, then it's worth it. But if you're lazy, honestly, I would say you don't really have to transit. Okay, basically for the pros, you're able to max out all the facility better than 333 and 153. It's aesthetically pleasing, yep. And for the rotations, honestly, I do not see much different from a 252 setup, as you can just rotate your operators with a 252 setup the same way you rotate operators on a 243 setup. And for a 243 setup, if you want to run a farm, you need to go to a 333 setup. Then if you want to farm, and if you need more EXP, then you have to rotate to a 153 setup, which is a huge hassle. Yeah, if you keep rotating, yeah, it's very bad. Yep. For a 252 setup, you only need to rotate once for random farming, which is to a 342 setup. After that, once you farm enough random, or like, actually you can just stay on that 342 setup if you have like more than enough LMD and EXP. You don't even have to rotate back. If you rotate back, just rotate back to 252, that's all. Yeah, basically one rotation or two maximum. But with a 243 base, you need to rotate like 2 to 4 times or even more. Yep, and honestly, for a right side max out, it's not important, especially for office. For a reception room, keep it max level 2. Yep, and for level 3 reception room, it's just too much credits. Yep, with a level 2 reception room, you can buy out almost all the important resources, LMD, EXP, Auric cubes, device. Yeah, you can just pretty much buy out everything important in the credit store. And with a level 3 reception room, I would just say it's just an excess. Yeah, that's why I do not recommend the 243 setup. And for reception room, especially when you're starting out, I literally don't see a point to get into level 3, as level 3 you have too much credits, basically, and over access. Yeah, and you don't even have an Elite 2 operator, especially you're starting out, until like maybe episode 4. If you play the game very correctly, episode 4, maybe Elite 2 level 1, and nobody will really like borrow an Elite 2 level 1. I mean, like, yeah, it's not really that good. Yeah, that's why honestly with session room where you can put 2 support units, yep, and you just don't care about the next phase of the reward. Yeah, it's not important. You'll definitely be able to get Texas. Yep. And you do not need Texas to clear any stage at all. Yeah, a normal Vanguard is more than enough fine to clear even like episode 10 or episode 11 or even episode 12 in future. Yep, and if anything, just borrow from the support unit. Yeah, basically always keep reception room at level 2. Okay, and then office, never upgrade office. If you messed up on office, then just downgrade to factories instead. Yep, but no rush. First, you only want downgrade when you have like excess of everything else. Yeah, then you want to downgrade your factories. Okay, and for training room, you can just don't upgrade it yet, and then you can just level 2 your training room. But once you want to level 3 your training room, yep, like the base right now, yep, you do want to downgrade once you want to mastery 3 your operator. Basically, you just want to downgrade one factory, which will now be a 14 slot. And then you want to upgrade your training room. Yep, sanity, fast charges, max, yep. Okay, training room. Now it's training room level 3. And this is basically what peak performance looks like once you're in endgame, which is a 14 slot. Yep, and it will be just even, yep. And you do not want dormitory at level 2. Honestly, it's useless, as you do your daily rotations or your 2 days rotation. Yeah, if one operator morale is max and the rest unmaxed, then what's the point? Yeah, especially with like Cruise Fang. Yeah, basically this is how you want your base to look like, which is the end game. And if your 14 slot should be your target once you're at like episode 9 or episode 10. And for 15 slot, level 1 training room, level 2 training room, it should be your target once you are at, maybe once you have finished your base. Yep, just don't rush for your training room. Yeah, basically very important, 15 slot level 1 training room and 15 slot level 2 training room. And once you need to M3, then basically one factory to level 2 and then training room to level 3. And this is aesthetic, very aesthetic, and this is very nice for your account. Yeah, basically it looks very good. Yeah, and you can get 1.5 to 2 times more resources than a 243 setup. If you have a 14 slot or 15 slot, if 13 slot, the max you can gain is like maybe 1.4 to 1.5. Yeah, I do highly recommend a 252 slot. Sorry for taking so long. Yeah, I just don't want anybody to mess up their base for a 252 setup. And you do not want to go for an 11 slot. Honestly, a 243 can even beat it. Yeah, but most of the times not really, even for like veteran players, as the operators they only is like elite 2. Yeah, when it's very expensive, unless like you have been playing or you have been caching since the start of the game. Yeah, basically if you messed up, then you want to go for the 13 slot where you have 2 factories at level 2. The output will still be quite a lot higher than a 243 slot and a 11 slot for sure. Yeah, basically 13 slot and the best slot is 15 slot. Then after you want to rotate to 14 slot at endgame, and then 13 slot if you mess up. 13 slot only if you mess up. You never want office at level 2. Yeah, and even if you went for a level 3 recession room, this is honestly pretty bad, as there are quite a lot of operators with 3 combos. Yeah, basically you want 15 and 14 slot. Recession room 2 is way more than enough. You don't want 13 slot unless you messed up. Yeah, so 14 slot and 15 slot is very important, unless you want to reward for taxes, which is not really worth it honestly. But as you can sooner or later get the 13 slot, as sooner or later you can get taxes. Yeah, that's the main reason. Hey guys, okay, for 252 strategy, very easy and simple. It's either you have 3 factories for EXP and 2 factories for gold bars. Yep, and basically if you have an excess of EXP already and you're lacking gold bars, then you want to rotate it, basically 3 factories for gold bars instead, and then 2 factories for your EXP. Yep, and you want to use your drones for your trading post, which speed up the LMD. This is the best part for a 252 base setup. Yep, as basically you always will have an excess of gold bars for some reason. This is why you want to use your drones for the trading post to get more LMD, and for the output is pretty much the same. It's exactly the same as a 243 setup for your LMD. Even though you do get extra gold. This is why 252 setup is the best base, and there are a lot more reasons. Yeah, you can just pretty much read. Yep, you can actually get for a 13 to 15 slot, 14 slot or 15 slot, which is the best. You can get up to 2 times more resources than a 243 setup. But if you're on a 243 setup already, then if you have all the good 8 combo operators, then you can outperform an 11 slot setup base, which is the fully right max out. Yeah, but I won't be going through that anymore. Yep, you can just read. Okay, and for 252, cheapest base to build, save you 500k, and it makes things even with the extra factory where you can gain EXP or gold bars. Yeah, you want an access. That is how you stay stable. Yeah, as if with a 243 setup you lose 500k LMD, and then how are you gonna get the LMD back? Yeah, 500k, you need to like speed up your trading post back, like for a month or 3. Yeah, I'm too lazy to count. Yeah, so yeah, because that's pretty much it. Yeah, just make sure you never upgrade office recession to level 2 max. Level 3 is fine if you want a 13 slot, but I do not recommend it. If not, you can't gain like 2 times, maybe only half from a 243 base. Yeah, okay, and just pretty much read the rest. Okay, and then for 243 setup, from a 252 setup to a 342 setup. Okay, and when do you want to do when do you want to do this? When you're farming for around farming at stage 1-7, and make sure you have at least maybe like enough EXP to level 2, sorry, enough EXP for at least two 6-star operators, yeah, which is something like this, to elite 2 level 50, yeah, and you have like totally like zero gold, sorry, like very little LMD, and you have tons of gold bars. I would say if you have 1000 and above, or actually 3000 is even better, then you can just swap to a 342 setup without ever swapping back to a 252 setup. Yeah, but I'm just gonna swap. Yeah, just keep downgrading your factory, and now you want to build a trading post, and yep, just keep upgrading your trading post. Yeah, you pretty much don't lose out on anything. Yep, and just make your trading post to level 3. Yep, and then just put in your best operators. Yep. Sorry, for a 342 setup. Yep, sorry, 342 setup. This 342 is only for when you're all random farming and you're on a 252 base. And this is the best because your LMD, sorry, with an extra factory, your LMD and XP will be even. Yep, you basically get all randoms, and sorry, when you get all randoms, your LMD will be at a net loss by a lot. And then yep, that's why with an extra factory, when you rotate to a 342 factory, your LMD EXP will be even though you're all random farming. Yep, this is when I recommend you to rotate to a 342 base. Yep, basically for a 342 base, when do you want to rotate for it? When you know that you're not gonna cash, or when you have very little randoms left, that is when you want to farm for randoms. Or if not, which is the most case scenario, is where you have elite 2 elite 2 your good 6-star operators already, and you're left with about maybe like 5M EXP, 5M LMD or 10k LMD, and you have enough EXP. If your goal is level 50 elite 2 6 stars, then which is the most case scenario, level 50 is more than enough. You don't really need to level 90 operators, except for like Calcit. Yep. Other than that, most operators at level 50, almost all except Calcit actually at level 50 will be totally fine. Yep. And for a level 50 to a level 90 operators is 2 times the LMD and EXP. This is why I do not recommend to level 90 operator. Level 50 is more enough. That's why I'll be just going through the level 50. Okay, basically you need 700k LMD to elite to your 6-star operators to level 50. And I recommend to have at least 3, actually 3 might be too little, at least 5 if you want to all-round farm for long. Yeah, basically you want to have enough LMD for 5 operators. Basically it's like 400 plus k to 500 plus k, then that's when you have enough. But if you're farming all randoms, yeah, actually 500k to be safe to elite to 5 6-star operators. And then for EXP, either 260 gold EXP card, 520 yellow EXP card, 1400 blue EXP card, and 2600 green EXP card. And it's either one. Basically, if you have 520 yellow and then you have 1400 blue EXP card, that means you can elite 2 operators to level 50. Yep. And basically you just have to do the math yourself. I've laid out the basic stuff that you need to know. Yep, just pretty much times it. But if you have like 1k yellow and then 5k blue, yep, then that's where you can rotate to a 342 setup, and you can just always rotate back to a 252 setup, which is very easy, not like a 243 setup where you have to rotate to a 153 setup if you do not have enough EXP, and then you need to rotate again to a 3-3 setup if you want to random farm evenly. Yep, basically for a 2-4-3 setup, you need to keep rotating sometimes, especially if you're free to play. But with a 2-5-2 setup, not only do you get the most resources and it has the least hassle. Basically, you just rotate to basically just rotate to 3-4-2 once you finish your random farming, and then, or if you lack resources only, then after that you want to rotate back to 2-5-2. Yep, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and for the operators, which has the best combos, and for the combination, do not force Elite 2 or Elite 1 operators unless you have spare LB or EXP. But for Elite 2, please do not force anything, as if you want to break even, just way too long for the duration, unless like spot or something. Yep, then in a month then can break even. Yep, just don't force anything, and just pause, as I won't be going through too much. I'll be making another video on which operator to Elite 1 instead, or Elite 2, which will break even really fast in like a month or two, which is worth it. Yeah, okay, for the first one, the first combination will be Aceto up to 117%. For the second one, Kiara and Tuye, and you want 4 gold factories, if not this combination won't work. And for the last operator, you want to put in maybe a 25% or 30% in operator, which is like Yato or Mouse, yeah, where you can get up to 107%. For the third one, it will be Mr. Nothing. For this, you need 3 power plants for it to work, and it's up to 137%. And do read before you Elite 2 or Elite 1 any operators. And for the fourth one, it will be J. Never Elite 1 or Elite 2 J unless you need him. Yeah, and just pause and read. But if you Elite 1 J, then it's fine if you have an Elite 2 Silver Ash and Elite 2 Clifford. For the fifth one, it will be everybody's favorite Exercise, Texas, and Lapang combo up to 107%. For the sixth one, is just the order distribution B, which can get you 30% up, and with 3 operators you can get up to 97%. And for the trading post combination, 25% for supply management. And now for factory combos, for the first one will be the Episode Hunter team. You do not need to Elite 2 or Elite 1 any operator except for Gladia. But honestly, it's more for when you're going to sleep. Yeah, as the morale drain is a lot for Gladia, up to a 92%. Second one for factory, it will be Rosemontis. And do note, if I put the Goba picture or EXP picture, it means that the operator is just for either Goba or EXP. If there's no pictures, then it means that you can use the combination for either EXP or Goba. And for the third combination, it'll be Weedy, where you can get up to 140% to 200% depending on your base layout, but most people would be on a 100 to 160%. For the fourth one, it will be the Knights, only for EXP, which is a 112%. For the fifth one, it will be Vermeil. This for EXP only, but you can use Vermeil or Capacity, or just use Quora or Nocon or something, any Capacity operator. Yep, as if not. And for the sixth one, it will be Bubble. This only if you have an Elite 2 Vulcan already. Yeah, but you can still Elite 1 Bubble if you have like a 2-5-2 setup with like 15 or 14 slot. Yeah, then you probably need more operators. And for Mizuki, it will be just a slight gain instead of 85% if you have like all three operators at 25% efficiency, which is about 20%. I'm just too lazy to count now. And yep, I won't be going through power plants, reception room, office, or control center, as I'm pretty sure everyone knows which operators to put. And I'll be uploading another video on which operator to elite 1, which is worth it, where you can break even in a month. Another video. And sorry for taking too long, guys. And that's it for the guide. And if you're not sure about anything, just comment down and I'll help you out. As for Arknights, base setup is very important. It can affect your future production. Yep. And that's all. Thanks a lot, and do leave a like and subscribe if you find this video helpful.